8 psychological signs women secretly find you attractive. Modern Stoic. In the world of attraction, sometimes it's the smallest actions that speak the loudest. Women are always observing even when you think they're not. They notice the way you walk, the way you carry yourself, and even how you interact with others. These things don't go unnoticed. Some women might not say it out loud, but their body language and actions will show you exactly how they feel. So, what are these signs? How do you know if you're turning heads without even trying today? I'm revealing the 8 signs you're a real eye-catcher for girls. These clear signals show that you're making a lasting impression. And trust me, you're doing it without even realizing it. These signs are more than just a glance or a smile. They carry deeper meaning. And when you know how to read them, you'll see that you've caught her attention. And here's the kicker. Sign number 7 is something most guys overlook, but it's one of the strongest clues that she's into you. Stick around because you don't want to miss it. Sign number 1. You get compliments on your style or scent. Gentlemen, listen carefully. Compliments about your style or scent aren't just random fleeting remarks. They're loaded with meaning, especially when they come from someone you're interested in. Women don't toss compliments around carelessly. If a woman takes the time to acknowledge something as specific as your cologne or the way you carry yourself, it's a subtle but powerful indicator that something deeper is at play. She's not just commenting on your wardrobe. She's pointing out something that she's genuinely attracted to. Something that stands out to her in a way that others might miss. You might hear a simple, seemingly casual compliment like, "I like your cologne," or "That color really suits you." It might even make you think, "Oh, that's nice," and move on. But if you take a moment to really reflect on it, you'll realize it's not about the surface-level flattery. It's a clear sign of attraction. People, particularly women, don't bother commenting on the small details unless those details have made a real impression. Most people are too busy or distracted to focus on the finer aspects of what someone is wearing, how they smell, or how they present themselves. So when a woman does it, it's not a throwaway observation. It's her way of acknowledging that she's noticed you in a special way. And that's a big deal. When a woman says, "I love that jacket you're wearing. It really works for you." It's not just a nice thing to say to fill the silence. No, it's a clear signal that you've made an impression. She's telling you, in her own subtle way, "I see you. I'm paying attention to you." And trust me, gentlemen, that's a modern Stoic move if ever there was one. It's the calm, collected, and confident presence that doesn't demand attention but quietly commands it. It's not about being flashy or over the top. It's about knowing who you are, owning your space, and letting your style speak for itself. That's the blessing of Stoicism at work. You don't have to shout to be noticed, because your presence is enough. Imagine for a moment that you're a man who embodies this quiet confidence. You don't need to be boastful or constantly seeking validation from others. Your style, your scent, your presence, all of these things are an extension of who you are. You're not trying to impress anyone, you're simply being yourself. Yet, tied without even realizing it, you've become the man that others notice. And when a woman compliments you on something as simple as your jacket or your cologne, it's not just about being polite. It's her way of acknowledging the kind of man you are, the kind who doesn't need to draw attention to himself because his presence naturally commands it. This is the art of the modern Stoic understanding that true power lies in calm, collected self-assurance. It's the old Stoic philosophy brought into the modern world. where your actions and demeanor speak louder than any words ever could. This kind of unspoken attraction isn't something you can force or fake. It's the result of genuinely being in tune with who you are and letting that confidence shine through without needing to boast about it. Women don't compliment a man's style or scent unless they've noticed something that piques their interest. So when it happens, don't brush it off or assume it's just small talk. That compliment is a sign that you've made an impression, a lasting one. You must understand that this kind of attention doesn't come from trying too hard. It comes from being genuine, from embracing the Stoic way of being self-assured without being arrogant, powerful without being overbearing. The blessing of Stoicism teaches us that true attraction comes from being at peace with ourselves, knowing that we don't need to shout to be heard. Your style, your scent, your overall presence. These things are all extensions of that inner confidence. When a woman notices these things, she's not just commenting on your appearance. She's acknowledging that something about you has caught her eye in a way that transcends the physical. So, the next time you receive that compliment on your style, your cologne, or the way you carry yourself, don't shrug it off as a casual remark. Recognize it for what it is, a clear signal that you're doing something right, that you're embodying the kind of calm confidence that attracts others without effort. You're living the modern Stoic way, and that, my friend, is something women can't help but notice. Sign number 2, they seem nervous or giddy around you. Confidence can be loud, but there's something equally telling about nervous energy, especially when attraction is in play. One of the most obvious psychological signs that you've caught a woman's attention is when she starts to act a little nervous or giddy around you. Watch closely. Her voice might rise a few notes. Her laugh might come out too quickly, or she might find herself fidgeting with her hands, her hair, or her jewelry. These aren't signs that she's uncomfortable around you. Far from it. In fact, it's the complete opposite. What's happening is that she's hyper-aware of your presence and struggling to keep her cool, all while her body unconsciously signals that she's attracted to you. She's trying to stay composed, but her body can't help but give her away. It's almost like you've thrown her off her usual game, and in the best way possible. This nervous energy is not a bad thing. It's actually one of the clearest signs that she's into you. Don't ignore it. When a woman starts acting a little jittery around you, it's not because she's uncomfortable or nervous in a negative sense. It's because you've sparked something in her, a feeling she can't fully control. It's like she's in a mental tug-of-war between trying to maintain composure and letting her attraction shine through. Her brain is saying, stay cool, stay calm. But her body is sending you a different message altogether. This is the kind of attraction that the Stoic life teaches us to embrace, remaining calm and composed even when things feel a bit overwhelming. Stoicism is about controlling what you can and allowing what you can't to flow naturally. You can't stop her from showing nervous energy, but you can appreciate that her reaction is a direct result of your presence. Imagine this scenario: you're having a conversation with a woman who is usually calm, collected, and composed. She's the type of woman who rarely stumbles over her words or breaks a sweat in conversation. But when she's around you, suddenly, her words don't come out as smoothly. She struggles to keep steady eye contact, and she might even laugh too much at jokes that aren't all that funny. This shift is not a mistake. It's a clear and unmistakable sign that you've caught her attention in a major way. You've thrown her off balance, but in the best possible way. The key here is that nervous energy isn't a flaw. It's a sign of attraction. The more she's drawn to you, the harder it becomes for her to maintain her usual poise. And this is where the Stoic lessons truly shine. In a world where most people struggle to maintain control of their emotions, a modern Stoic man knows how to remain steady. He understands the signals, interprets them with grace, and embraces them without getting overwhelmed. You must learn to read these signs, not as something to be concerned about, but as a reflection of your influence on her. It's a reminder that attraction isn't always overt. It's often subtle, hidden behind nerves or giddy laughter. She's not trying to impress you. She's simply struggling to hold herself together in the face of her own emotions. And when you notice these shifts in her behavior, you don't need to rush in and try to fix it. That would be the opposite of Stoicism. You must simply be present, calm, and aware that you've made an impact. As a modern Stoic, you understand that the power of attraction doesn't come from force or trying too hard. It comes from being confident in who you are and allowing that quiet confidence to shine through, naturally causing others to respond. This is the essence of the Stoic life. A man who is aware of his effect on the world but doesn't let it disturb his peace. Attraction, especially the kind that causes nervous energy, is just one of many signals that the Stoic life is about patience, self-control, and understanding. So the next time you notice that a woman becomes a little nervous or giddy around you, don't dismiss it. Take it as a compliment. Her mind is telling her to stay cool, but her body can't help but respond to your presence. And this, my friend, is a surefire sign that you've captured her attention in a way that's anything but accidental. Be the calm presence that you are. Let the Stoic lessons guide you, and watch how this natural chemistry unfolds around you. The attraction you've sparked is real, and it's a reflection of the kind of composed, powerful man you are. One who knows that sometimes less is more. If you've noticed women getting nervous or giddy around you, it's a clear sign you've caught their attention. Confidence doesn't just speak loudly, it subtly shifts the energy in a room. So, if you know your presence is leaving an impact, drop a comment below right now. I am the man who leaves a lasting impression. Like this video, subscribe for more unshakable wisdom, and remind yourself daily true power lies in calm confidence. Sign number 3. You catch their glance more than once. There's an undeniable power in that second glance. It's subtle, but it's profound. A silent acknowledgement that cannot be mistaken. When a woman repeatedly looks your way, especially when she thinks you're unaware, it's not just idle curiosity. It's attraction in motion. One glance may be dismissed as a coincidence, but when it happens again and again, it's no accident. You've made an impression. Picture this. You're sitting in a cafe, sipping your coffee, when you notice, out of the corner of your eye, a woman across the room looking at you. You brush it off at first. Maybe it's just a fleeting glance, nothing significant. But then, she does it again. As you prepare to leave, her eyes meet yours one last time. She doesn't approach, yet her gaze keeps coming back to you. This isn't random. This is the silent language of chemistry. A visual whisper saying, "I'm interested," without a single word spoken. This is the essence of attraction at its core. You've become a focal point, and she can't ignore it. In a world where distractions are constant, when you catch someone's attention not just once but repeatedly, it speaks volumes about your presence. You've managed to stand out in a way that demands attention, whether through your energy, your confidence, or the way you carry yourself. That's your first confirmation that you're an eye-catcher, someone she finds intriguing. Now let's talk about how you can cultivate this effect in your daily life. It's not about being overly flashy or trying too hard. It's about embracing the Stoic principles of confidence, presence, and self-control. As Marcus Aurelius once said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." If you can master your inner world, the external world will respond accordingly. You must radiate an energy that reflects your self-assurance. Women are naturally drawn to men who exude quiet confidence, men who don't need to flaunt their power, but simply embody it. Just like the Stoic philosophers who mastered their emotions and desires, you must master the art of self-possession. The attraction you draw isn't based on what you chase, but on what you have mastered within yourself. Remember, you don't need to chase her attention. Let your actions, your demeanor, and your energy speak for themselves. Women are drawn to strength, not just physical strength, but emotional and mental resilience. So stand firm, maintain your composure, and don't let anything rattle you. Let them come to you. You've already caught their eye. Now, let them understand why. This is not just about what you say or do. It's about how you make them feel. Make them feel your presence. Make them feel your strength. Make them feel the force of your confidence. And you will be the man they can't help but glance at again and again. This is the power of the Stoic mindset. Live by its principles. Master your mind. Master your actions. And others will naturally be drawn to your strength. You must remember, attraction is not a chase. It's an outcome of your mastery over yourself. When you embrace this, the glances will come. They won't be accidental. They'll be inevitable. Sign number 4, they start conversations for no apparent reason. You see, small talk isn't as innocent as it appears. When a woman strikes up a conversation with you for seemingly no reason, it's rarely as casual as it seems. Questions like, "Is this seat taken, or do you know what time the event starts?" might come off as just polite inquiries, but they often serve as a subtle invitation to engage with you. Don't be fooled by the simplicity of the question. It's not about the answer she's after. What she's really doing is testing the waters, carefully gauging how you'll respond to her subtle overtures. These moments aren't about finding out the time or knowing if the seat is available. They're about seeing if you'll engage, if you'll take the bait and respond in a way that opens the door to more interaction. She's not just being polite. She's laying the groundwork for something deeper. Imagine you're at a bar, minding your own business, when a woman asks if the seat next to you is taken. At first, you might think, "Oh, she's just looking for a place to sit," but that's where you'd be missing the mark. What's really happening is that she's creating an excuse to be near you. It's a calculated move, a quiet but effective way of inserting herself into your space, signaling her interest without being overt. If a woman is consistently coming up with reasons, no matter how trivial, to start a conversation with you, it's not just politeness. It's a strong signal that she's interested. She's actively trying to connect with you, drawing on her own version of the blessing of Stoicism to make her move in a low-key but intentional way. This behavior is less about the surface-level pleasantries and more about the deeper, underlying desire to build a rapport. You must understand that when a woman repeatedly reaches out with these small, seemingly inconsequential questions, it's a clear sign of attraction. So, don't overlook these interactions. They're far more meaningful than you might think. A modern Stoic understands that there's wisdom in recognizing these subtle cues, in embracing the art of reading between the lines. If you stay alert and tuned into these signals, you'll see that this is a powerful, albeit quiet, indication that she's interested in you. The old Stoic would have said to be aware of the signs that surround you. And in this case, the sign is clear when she seeks out reasons to talk to you. She's not just filling the silence. she's creating a space for something more to blossom. If you found this insight valuable, like, comment below, and share it with someone who could benefit. Don't forget to subscribe for more wisdom. Comment to remember small talk often hides bigger intentions. Sign number 5, they fix their posture. You must recognize the subtle signals women give when they're attracted to you. It's not always loud or obvious. Often, it's the quiet gestures that speak volumes. One of the most telling signs is how women change their posture the moment you enter the room. They adjust their body language, straighten up, and focus on presenting their best self. This isn't vanity. This is attraction at its core. It's their way of matching the energy you exude, consciously or unconsciously. When you walk in, the atmosphere shifts. Women sense your presence, and their physical response is almost immediate. You'll notice it in the way they subtly correct their posture. Slouched shoulders become upright, and they may smooth their hair or adjust their clothes. It's as if they're recalibrating their appearance, ensuring they appear at their most appealing. Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic philosopher, said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." This applies directly to how women perceive you. They adjust themselves because your presence inspires a shift in their mindset, a desire to show you the best version of themselves. The attraction isn't just about physical appearance, it's about the energy you bring. Think about a moment when you walked into a room and someone's body language instantly changed. Perhaps a woman at a party or bar was relaxed, leaning back. But when you walked in, she sat up straighter, perhaps flicked her hair or checked her reflection. That's not a coincidence. It's a powerful psychological signal. No, she's drawn to you and wants to make sure you see her at her best. Women are attuned to these subtle cues and are often guided by the Stoic principle of focusing on what is within their control. The way they position themselves in the room, both physically and mentally, is a deliberate choice to present themselves in the most flattering light. You must understand this dynamic and realize the importance of your presence. Women instinctively look for signals in the people around them, and your stoic calm, confidence, and grounded energy are powerful attractors. Your energy speaks before you say a word. When you walk in with purpose, with the quiet assurance of someone who knows his worth, you force a shift in the room. Their posture, their gaze, their subtle actions are all reflections of your influence. This isn't about vanity, it's a natural response to a man who exudes strength and purpose. Your presence is felt on a deeper level. Remember, it's not just physical attraction, it's the energy you project. You must master yourself. Focus on the Stoic principles of resilience, inner peace, and control. Be the man who controls his own energy, and you will see the world around you, especially women, respond in kind. Let the way you carry yourself be a testament to the power of quiet confidence. Keep your posture straight, your actions decisive, and your mind sharp. When you walk into a room, let everyone feel the impact of your presence. Women will notice. They can't help but adjust their posture in response. That is power. That is an attraction. Sign number 6. She asks for help with small tasks. Don't overlook the power of these seemingly insignificant requests. You might think she's just being polite or trying to lighten her load, but it's often much more than that. When a woman asks for help with something small, whether it's reaching something off a high shelf, carrying a heavy bag, or even opening a stubborn jar lid, she's creating a moment of connection. These moments are opportunities not just for you to showcase your helpfulness, but for her to engage with you, to make you notice her. Think about it when she chooses you to help. What she's really saying is, I want to be close to you, without the need for words. These gestures may seem casual, but they're rich with meaning. In a world where we are all constantly moving and distracted, the simple act of asking for help is a deliberate choice, a moment to break the ice and see if there's something more. Take a moment to reflect. Imagine standing in line at a coffee shop, minding your business, when a woman casually standing near you asks, "Could you help me grab that cup from the top shelf?" It's a seemingly innocent request, but notice her choice to ask you, not anyone else but you. It's no coincidence. This is her subtle way of signaling that she wants to interact, to share a brief but meaningful moment with you. There's no pressure in it, no grand gestures, just a small request that paves the way for a deeper connection. In the context of Stoicism, these little interactions resonate with Stoic lessons of presence and mindfulness. Just as the Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius teaches us to be present in each moment. These small requests are chances to show up fully and engage with the world around you. In those brief moments of helping, you are grounded in the now, focused, and offering value without expectation. You must understand that life isn't always about grand actions. It's about the small, meaningful ones that bring people closer. This is where Stoic life comes into play. It's not about forcing interactions or pursuing them aggressively. It's about embracing them when they come naturally, knowing how to respond with calm assurance. This simple act of offering help speaks volumes because it allows both of you to connect without any pressure. Women are acutely aware of the energy and authenticity you project. When you help her with a small task, don't treat it like a transaction or something trivial. Be present, be engaged. This is your moment to show strength, competence, and grace, qualities that align perfectly with Stoicism. The Stoics weren't about being flashy. They were about mastery of self. You must do the same. Embrace the small moments, as they are often the most genuine signs of mutual interest. When she asks for your help, see it as a window into her world, an invitation to engage and to make her feel seen and heard. And as a modern Stoic, you must rise to the occasion with calm, assured strength, knowing that these little acts are what truly build connection. So, next time she asks for help with something small, don't hesitate. Don't overthink it. It's not about the task. It's about the opportunity. These small gestures, simple as they may seem, are often the truest reflections of attraction. They're genuine and natural, and they speak louder than any grand gesture could. Don't let them slip by unnoticed. Embrace them. Make your mark. Live the Stoic life. Show up, be present, and recognize that even in the smallest moments, great connections can be made. Remember, you're not just helping with a bag or a jar. You're making space for something more. This is the beauty of Stoicism, seeing the extraordinary in the ordinary, and understanding that every moment is an opportunity for growth, connection, and attraction. Sign number 7. You get invited to hangouts or group events. Don't be so quick to brush it off as just another casual invite. It's more significant than you might realize. Being invited to group dinners, birthday parties, or casual meetups is never a random act. It's a strong indicator that your presence leaves a lasting impact. Think about it if you find yourself frequently included in social gatherings, whether it's a dinner with friends, a last-minute get-together, or an afternoon of casual fun. It's because people, particularly women, genuinely enjoy your company. And when those invites come from women, or are extended through women, it's more than just politeness. It's an attraction. Attraction wrapped in the form of a social invitation. They want to be around you. They want your energy, your presence, and in many cases, your charm. It's not about being the loudest or the most charismatic person in the room. It's about the unspoken way you draw people toward you, especially women who are intrigued by your vibe. Women tend to make space for someone they're drawn to, and being regularly invited to these events is a clear sign that you've become someone they want around. It's not simply about friendly gestures or kindness. It's about wanting to include you in their world. This could be something as simple as being added to group chats, being asked to join brunches, or even receiving an impromptu invite to movie nights with a larger group of friends. These are not just polite invitations, they're a form of social acknowledgement and attraction. They reach out to you not because they feel obligated, but because they genuinely enjoy your company and want to spend more time with you. You didn't ask for these invites. You didn't have to fight for a spot at the table. You didn't try to insert yourself into their lives. They reached out to include you, and that's no accident. You must understand this. It's not about your efforts to blend in. It's about their desire to see you more, to experience your presence more often. This consistent inclusion is a strong reflection of the modern Stoic in action. As a modern Stoic, you possess an aura of calm, composure, and self-assurance that women find magnetic. Your grounded nature creates a space for others to be drawn to you effortlessly, without you having to chase attention or scramble for validation. It's the blessing of Stoicism at play. Your Stoic demeanor acts like a beacon for attraction. You might not realize it, but by simply being true to yourself, carrying yourself with dignity and quiet confidence, you create an environment where others, especially women, feel compelled to invite you into their world. That's the power of Stoicism, being at peace with who you are without needing to impress anyone. You don't have to work to be noticed. You must simply be yourself, and the world responds. Now, don't mistake this for mere kindness or charity. It's about genuine attraction. Women are social beings, and they tend to surround themselves with those they find appealing, both in terms of personality and energy. If you are consistently being included, it's a clear sign they want more of what you bring to the table. It's also a subtle, non-verbal way they express interest. There's no need for grand gestures or overly flirtatious moves. The modern Stoic understands that attraction often doesn't scream for attention. It quietly demands respect. And people, but particularly women, will seek out the calm, grounded energy you bring with ease. This draws them in, sometimes without them even fully realizing why. They simply feel that draw toward you. This dynamic is timeless. The old Stoic would say that attracting attention and affection isn't about forceful action, but about creating an irresistible presence through tranquility and self-awareness. So, next time you find yourself invited to another hangout, don't dismiss it lightly. It's not just an invitation for some casual fun. It's a quiet acknowledgement that you're someone they value being around. That invite is a subtle but powerful signal of attraction. It's not an accident. It's a conscious decision from the women in your life to keep you close. The old Stoic wisdom reminds us that attraction doesn't have to be chased. Instead, it's earned through your ability to remain grounded, confident, and self-aware. And that's the exact energy that makes people, especially women, want you in their space. It's not about your effort to fit in. It's about your presence being magnetic enough to make others want to include you. The modern Stoic knows that and embraces it fully. If you found this video valuable, don't forget to like, comment below, and share it with someone who could benefit. And, of course, subscribe for more wisdom to keep leveling up. Comment to remember, I am the kind of man women want to be around. Remember to comment that statement below to engage with the channel and reflect the positive energy you bring to social settings. Keep shining. Sign number 8. Their friends whisper and look your way. Don't miss this subtle, but telling sign. Attraction doesn't always announce itself with loud gestures or dramatic flirtations. Sometimes, it manifests in the quietest of ways. Whispers, side glances, and a fleeting giggle. You've probably experienced it walking into a room and noticing a group of women suddenly become noticeably different. You walk in, and almost instinctively, their heads turn your way. You see them leaning in, sharing quiet whispers, and maybe even a few giggles or shy smiles. This is not a coincidence. You've just caught someone's eye, and now her friends are in on it. Women often share these little sparks of excitement with each other, and if you're the topic of their conversation, you'll feel it even from across the room. Imagine this. You're walking into a coffee shop or attending a party. You notice a group of girls nearby engaged in their own conversation. But then, as you pass by, you catch one of them glancing your way, just a brief look. Then another one whispers something to her friend, followed by a quick, nervous giggle. And suddenly, the entire group steals a quick peek back at you. Don't dismiss it. That's not random behavior. That's the attraction at play. Her friends are now part of the excitement, and the whole group has become aware of you. You've definitely caught someone's eye, and the attention is no longer just on you. It's on them too. In that moment, your presence has shifted the energy in the room. It's the Stoic way, maintaining a calm, composed demeanor while others react to the energy you bring. You didn't have to make a move, and you didn't have to chase attention. You simply walked in, and your aura did all the work. The Stoicism you embody, your ability to remain grounded and composed, often becomes the very thing that draws attention. This quiet confidence is magnetic. Women can't help but notice it when they talk about you. Whispering among themselves, they're recognizing that Stoic energy that doesn't shout for attention but commands it effortlessly. This is one of the beautiful Stoic lessons that apply in everyday life. You don't need to chase or force attraction. It comes naturally when you carry yourself with dignity. You must understand that this subtle exchange, whispers, glances, giggles, isn't a random or accidental occurrence. It's an acknowledgement of your presence and the attraction you provoke without even trying. It's an unmistakable signal that one of those women is drawn to you, and her friends are now part of the shared experience of watching it unfold. There's a collective energy that women share when one of their own is interested in someone. They want to know what's going on, what makes you stand out, and why their friend is so intrigued. And as the Stoic man, you simply observe this from a distance, unaffected by the attention, letting your calmness be the guiding force. Attraction in this sense is more than just physical. It's an energy exchange, and the Stoic life teaches you that it's the energy you project that speaks volumes. In these moments, you must remember that attraction is rarely loud and obvious. It's often woven into small, delicate details. When you're the subject of whispered conversations or quiet glances, that's when you know you've made an impression. It's the type of attraction that's noticed not just by you, but by those around you. Her friends, now aware of her interest in you, watch closely. It's all part of a subtle game that women play, and when you're the one they're talking about, you've certainly caught someone's attention in the most intriguing way. This is the power of Stoicism in action. The Stoic lessons teach us that the most magnetic people don't push for attention. They allow it to come to them. They are at peace with themselves, unaffected by the external noise. When you embody this mindset, you create an aura that others, especially women, can't help but be drawn to. The whispers and glances aren't about you trying to stand out. They're the result of the Stoic life you lead, where confidence and calmness speak louder than words. When women notice you in this way, they aren't just looking at the surface. They're feeling that depth, that inner composure that draws them in. So don't ignore those moments when you see women whispering and glancing your way. They're telling you something profound. You've caught someone's eye, and that's no small thing. It's a clear signal that your Stoic presence is making an impact. Hey there, thanks for watching. Remember, being an eye-catcher isn't just about how you look. It's the vibe you give off, the confidence you carry, and the way you authentically express yourself. When you're tuned into the subtle signs of attraction, you're not just noticing others, you're also showing them who you truly are. And that's what makes the biggest impact. So, be confident, be authentic, and most importantly, be yourself. Confidence starts from within, and when you walk with that belief, others will take notice. If this video helped you, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to leave a comment telling us which sign stood out to you. Hit that bell so you don't miss any of our future content. Keep turning heads and stay confident. Catch you in the next one.